Hello, it's Leo, and I'm here to talk to you about drinking some high quality, clean water that is going to benefit your physical being. I personally use one of these things called a Megahome Distiller, which is going to help remove any impurities, fluoride, or pharmaceuticals, or anything that may be in the water, such as old rusts from the pipes, and help you to stay clean, healthy, and think intelligently, because the brain utilizes water to think. And so if you have some nice clean quality fuel for your brain, you're going to be able to have more intelligent thoughts, you're going to have more energy, you're going to be able to flush out things from your body more easily because your body's not going to have to try to remove anything. And so it can just utilize the cells can utilize that hydration and help them flourish and move and do the bodily functions that your body requires, allowing your organs to work properly and efficiently. And so I would suggest getting one of these beautiful machines here. And real quick, I'd like to show you some of the particles and the mineral deposits that have been built up over time that have flaked off real quick. Here's just a couple little pieces here. I got a little light here. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera that well, but I'll take a picture and show you exactly up close what this looks like. And then we have right here, inside, this is a buildup of months of time. You can see here that there is all this mineral deposit all up in the side of the stainless steel container. I'm going to show a nice close-up picture for you so that you can see exactly what has been in this thing, in the water that you have been drinking from the tap, or even filtered water, even bottled water at the store. You want to make your own distilled water to make sure that there's nothing in it. Also, who knows what any of these water bottle companies have been putting into the water. If you go to the store, you can see sometimes they add Himalayan salts or other extra things, such as like electrolytes added for taste, they say, which is something that I don't agree with. I don't think you need to be adding electrolytes to your water. You can get them in other plant life matter that you're going to eat on a regular basis. And also, with alkaline water, I don't really think that it's a good thing to be drinking alkaline water long-term consistently, because it can cause the opposite effect. Instead of acidosis, you can have a too alkaline state where it's out of imbalance in the body, and then it allows other bacteria to thrive because you're too alkaline. And so you want to have a healthy balance of acid and alkaline. And so make sure that if you are going to use alkaline water, that it's only for medical reasons, that maybe if you're too acid, you're in an acid state, that you'll want to be able to drink some alkaline water to perhaps get your body in a more balanced, harmonious state. But long term, you don't want to be drinking that. Get off soda, get off of coffee and these other toxic drinks that are causing your body to go into an acid state. The coffee affects the adrenal glands, and the soda is very acidic. Just one cup of soda can really affect the whole body. And so make sure that you're getting off of anything that is no longer required for the best version of yourself, the most healthy existence that you can lead, which in my opinion would be to drink nice quality distilled water that you've made yourself. You can create lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. I use one of these things right here, which is a nice citrus squeezer, and it will allow you to squeeze lemons, oranges, and grapefruits. And so you can buy one of these on Amazon for like 50, 60 bucks. That's where I got it. And I'll put the link in the description below if you'd like to get one of those yourself. And I'll squeeze, lemon and orange juices and drink those. And also drink, if you can get a juicer, like an actual Breville juicer or an Omega, that you can make your own freshly juiced pineapple juice with ginger, or celery juices and other high quality fruit juices that you've made yourself that are fresh from the source, that is going to be the best ideal situation for yourself to really get clean, to really clear out the body of any toxins or any past debris, and help to start to regenerate your cells and give you more life, vitality, and strength to work through your days and weeks and months and years. And so I think it's important that we start to get more into balance with nature, eating high quality fruits and veggies, and getting off of the sodas and the junk food, energy drinks, and even kombuchas. I would like to talk about for a minute. I drink a lot of kombuchas. They say it's a health aid and all this stuff. Well, you got to be very careful with drinking kombuchas, because from my own personal experience, I was just drinking them pretty often, and I ended up getting a bacterial infection in my toes that took me 4 months to get rid of. I tried to do a naturopathic way to try to get rid of the bacteria using tea tree oil, getting oregano, and drinking certain things, doing salt baths, with my, foot baths and stuff like that. And I tried to get rid of it naturally for 4 months. Finally, I had to bite the bullet, and I got some antibiotics, and I had to eat antibiotics for an entire week to finally get rid of the bacterial infection that I got from drinking too much kombucha. So if you are going to drink them, do not drink them frequently. If you drink them daily, you could end up getting too much bacterial growth in your body and have an infection. And I have toes that represent that. Actually, I had my toenails, they started to fall off kind of, and I'll take a picture to show you what had occurred. And it actually scared me. I thought my toes were going to be ruined for the rest of my life. I thought my toenails coming off was going to grow back or something. But it did. It's growing back, and it's growing in healthy, and I'm excited about that. But stick away from drinking too much kombucha if you're going to drink it at all. I personally have vowed not to drink anymore. Also, another thing would be to drink less alcohol and less wine and less, alcoholic beverages, liquor, because that is going to cause you to be in an acid state as well. And it's also called alcohol for a reason, or because the etymology of the word comes from Arabic, and the Arabic word is akul, and akul literally translates into a spirit eater, right? And also akul in the Eastern, over here in the West, it turns into a ghoul, right? A ghoul. And what is a ghoul? A ghoul is an undead walking person, right? And so also they call it the spirit store. They call it spirits. Why? Because it takes your spirit away, right? And also they call it booze. Why? Because ghosts, booze, spirit, again, related to spirits. And also the alcohol can cause your body to become in a toxic state, and that's why people black out and they fall down and they hurt themselves, or they pass out and they don't remember where they've been or what they've done. And but before they black out, they're in that state where they're becoming more transient and what's going on, bro? They're not really there. And when they're in that state, spirits can literally come in and harness the body and take it for a joyride and manipulate them and make them do things they wouldn't normally do. And that's why you see when people get drunk, they get sometimes belligerent or fight, get angry, do things they wouldn't do, and normally in a normal state of consciousness. So be sure to drink less of that substance and focus more on your health and your wellness, and drinking a high quality substance that Mother Gaia has provided us, the lifeblood of Mother Nature, and which is clean, clear, healthy water that your body utilizes, as we are primarily water. That is what we consistently are made up of. And Dr. Emoto from Japan did a study, and he took water and he froze it under a microscope after saying positive things to some water and negative things to the other water. And what he did was then freeze it, look at it under a microscope, and the positive water had crystalline structures and snowflakes, sacred geometry, and was very symmetrical. The negative water was kind of deformed, didn't really have any good shape, globular, brown. And what happens is our thoughts, our intentions, literally, we're putting out vibrations from our voice, but also our thoughts put out vibrations too. They just don't make as loud of noise as our throat can make, right? But they're still broadcasting a signal. It's like a radio station. You don't hear the radio waves in the air. You have to tune it in, and then you can tap into those frequencies. Well, that's the same way our brain works. Our brain waves put out signals to the universe that we can't audibly hear, but psychically we can tap into. Our third eye, our intuition, can literally tap into those frequencies if you're listening, right? So your voice and your intentions can literally transform the water and how the structures and the molecules and what they're going to show up as. All right. The same goes for your reality. If you speak intentions and thoughts, the external world is going to be a reflection of your internal thoughts or your external vocalizations. So if you're having like negative experiences in the world, it's because your intentions, you're broadcasting a message that is bringing those negative experiences to you. If you have certain patterns in relationships, it's because your thoughts are manifesting those relationships. Perhaps if they're negative, that's because you have a negative thought about having relationships, like saying, I can never find a good guy, things aren't working out, there's no more good men in the world. So you maybe attract those experiences because you don't think that your words really mean anything, but they really do. They attract those kinds of experiences to you. Same goes for the water. If you think negatively around the water, it's going to show up in a more deformed shape. And so it's important to pray over your water. That's why the priest at the church prays over and makes the water holy, because that is the true power of it. And this is actually one of the studies that they did, was they took water from a church, holy water stand, and it was looking like snowflakes, and they didn't say anything about it. They just took it and froze it, looked at a microscope, and it was all snowflakes and sacred geometry, right? They took municipal water, and it was kind of like just deformed. Regular tap water was kind of like the negative water, right? They took mountain spring water, and they froze it, and it without saying anything, and it was like snowflakes and sacred geometry. So this is why we pray over our food, actually, before we eat dinner or whatever meal we're having, is because not only is it important to give gratitude and thanks for the substances that, you know, the earth has provided and God has provided us so that we can nourish our bodies and live long, but also the fact that whoever is growing the food, right, and harvesting the food and traveling on the trucks with the food and transporting the food and bringing it to the grocery store, and then people take it off the truck and then they put it on the shelves, and then all the customers are walking around the grocery store saying and thinking things around all the food, right? Who knows what any of these people are saying around this food, or the intentions they're having around growing the food or transporting food. They're like, I don't like my job, I hate this work, all this stuff, because the intentions go directly into the food, right? So that's why even when you're on the conveyor belt line at the register, and perhaps there's somebody saying something around you at the grocery store, or perhaps the clerk is, you know, talking about their negative day in front of you, and they're talking right over your food as they're, you know, putting it out, right? So it's important to remain conscious, and maybe if that were to happen in the universe, that you say something positive and start talking positive things about your food, or positive things about life to whoever you're talking to, right? And when you get home, to pray over your food before you even put it away. When you have all your bags out, you know, pray over your entire grocery lot. Even when you're picking up the food, when I pick up food at the store, I'm like, thank you for this pineapple that's going to benefit my body. Thank you for these apples that are going to nourish me and give me health and vitality. Thank you for these grapes that are delicious and good and cleaning out my bloodstream. I'm thankful for these foods and fruits that are helping me live and think clearer and have more intelligent thoughts, and programming my food as I'm picking up the food. But also, when you bring home the food, pray over it for a good minute or two, or maybe even 5 minutes, and just say good intentions about what you would like to have happen in your life over your food, because it literally can program it, and when you eat it, you're going to become more of that thing. And so even when you pick it up and you have your meal, pray over it again, give thanks, give gratitude, say, this food is positively enhancing my life. This food is full of wealth and health and the wellness of life, and I'm thankful that I am able to partake and participate in these beautiful fruits that Mother provides me, that I'm able to become this physical presence of life. And so I think that The key to life is eating healthy fruits and veggies, drinking high quality water, exercising, getting good sleep at night, and making sure you're staying in alignment with nature, getting rid of processed foods, getting rid of meats and cheeses and dairy and things that are no longer serving you, cookies, muffins, chips, crackers, these highly processed salad dressings that aren't good for you. Too much oil, too much salt, too much fat. Start to eat just more veggies and fruits and salads and less processed junk, less ice creams, less pizzas, burritos, fast food, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, all these things that do not serve you. We're here to raise the vibration of consciousness. We're here to be empowered people and leaders that are bringing forth the advancement of humanity, human life, and the realization of the divine expression of God, that we are here to planetarily shift the directory of society and the way things have been run, because it is time for the youth blood of this nation and this world as a whole to bring forth love, to bring forth a positive expression of peace, prosperity, and beautiful perceptions of people in their power, their hearts, their passion to drive forward a new awareness of people and the planet, community vibes of the union of our own true expression, that we are alive, that we are together, that we are sharing this world with our brothers and sisters, and we are respecting, being honest with each other, and observing the world in a positive light, thinking more good thoughts about people, thinking less about the evil and the hatred and the violence, and thinking more about seeing the world becoming more of a positive, healthy place to live, where the environment is becoming more clean, pure, and pristine, and we are helping our bodies live in alignment with the truest nature of who we are, that we are gods to create and manifest a reality of beautiful, healthy lifestyles. Anyways, if you'd like to get one of these Megahome distillers, you can check out the link in the description below, which will help you clean out your body, drink more healthy, pure water. And this thing usually takes about 5 hours to fill up this container. And after, 4 or 5 months, they say maybe clean it every 3 months or so, but you'll start to see a lot of deposit build up, and then you have to eventually clean it out. There's actually a filter inside here. You can put 1 or 2 in there. I tested both with 1 and 2, and the one with the 2 filters in here definitely worked better. It's a little charcoal filter or something, but it definitely made the water taste better with 2 filters. So that's why I use 2 filters in one of these things. And so, yeah, I would just, look into buying a Megahome distiller. Personally, there's a cheaper option that's not stainless steel exterior. It's like a plastic one. But I would suggest getting stainless steel. Just paying up. It's worth it. Because I just like more high quality things in my life that's going to last. And it looks nicer, in my opinion. So drink beautiful, fresh, clean water that supports your vitality, your organs, and your blood, brain, and being. Thank you for listening to my video. I appreciate you hearing my points of view. I'd love for you to subscribe. Comment down below. Let me hear what you got to say about my perspective. I would like to understand you a little bit better. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, beautiful week.